Hey everybody, it's Kyle, coming at you from my car as I sit and wait during swim practice. Pretty exciting stuff. Oh my gosh, what a week. It's been kind of a whirlwind. I've been running, doing things here and there. It's been pretty wild. We did have a great weekend last weekend. I'll tell you more about that in a bit. But first, let me get to what's bugging me right now. And you know, actually, it's kind of interesting because it ties into what I'll talk about later. But I'll tell you what really bugs me right now is the lack of caring and pride in the work that one does. Now, we all are going to have moments where we're at work and maybe we don't do things 100%. I get it. But when you go to that job and every single day you don't give it, I'm not even asking to give it your all. You don't give it 50%. When you're going to work and not giving it at least 50% every day, there's a severe problem here. And it's just amazing to me that, look, man, I guess I'd look at it this way. There's a lot of different types of jobs in the world. And some of them I wouldn't like to do, and other people may like to do it more than me. But, you know, I think you have to work hard to be able to choose to do what you want for a living. And if you're doing a job in between, you know, and it's not what you want to do as far as a career, you still have to give it your best, I think. I mean, you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to 100% of the time, but you have to sometimes. And too often I go around and, look, man, I know you get stuck in a shitty job. I see people working in fast food service or in retail environments. And I get it, man. Some of those days just must blow. And you really don't want to be there. And people are rude and shitty to you. And so on and so on. The point is that I've worked those jobs too. Okay? And I wasn't employee of the month. But at the same time, I still did what I could when I was there. I've had jobs that aren't so great. I know when I was in my last year of college, I worked part-time at a Walmart in where I went to college, in that college town. And it was actually the first eco Walmart in the world, maybe the only one. Ed Begley Jr. came and cut the ribbon when they opened it up, but it wasn't a job that I wanted to do, but it was a job that I had to do in order to make enough money to pay for things to go to college. And so I did the best that I could when I was there. I'm sure some days I didn't, but I know I never did a solidly shitty job over and over and over again every single day, making myself and everyone around me, including customers and clients, miserable. And so often these days, I see that, man. I see so many people that are just fucking hate the world. And they're pissed off because they're stuck in this shitty job. And so they just do a shitty ass job at it. I mean, they do as bad as possible at it because they hate it so much. But here's a little hint about how that works out. You're making it worse on yourself, right? I'm not saying you have to jump up and down and sparks fly out of your ass every day you get up to go work at a retail store or a fast food place or something. What I'm saying is, if you're miserable and you work really hard being negative, then it's going to be negative for you. And it's not only going to be negative for everybody else that you don't give a shit about, but you're really hurting yourself too. So my opinion is you should really do the best you can in the environment that you're in. And hopefully you can, rise above and, people can't say that you didn't do a good job when you were there. Because there is something to that, man. I've worked a lot of jobs. I mean, I had my first job when I was like 13 years old, part-time during the summer. And it was at a beauty shop of all places. And I would sweep up the hair when the beautician was done. And then I would also wash and dry towels for her. And, you know, it was fun. It was a fun little job. I mean, I didn't really want to be there. All the older ladies that went into the beauty shop just went on and on and on about, oh, your hair's so curly. I wish my hair was like that. You know, it was kind of annoying. But I still was very polite to them. I still did the best I could. And I made good money. And same thing, you know, with other jobs I've had. I worked when I was in college in the summers when I was in college. I always worked lifeguarding and teaching swim lessons and stuff. And of course I did fine there. It's a job I really wanted to do. But then sometimes I would also do that job, and then I'd have an evening job a couple nights a week too. And I remember working at a sub and pizza place in my hometown, and I didn't really care for delivering pizza and sandwiches, but I still did the best I could, you know? And it wasn't just for tips. It's just because if you're miserable and you're doing a job intentionally shitty, you're going to make it more miserable for yourself too. You know, in addition to bringing other people down, you're bringing yourself down. So I would say, I really hate to see that, and I hate to see craftsmanship in this country and in this world just going right out the toilet. And what I was getting at earlier is I was going to say, you know, I'll touch more on after the break, but that turntable that I did a review for and everything about a year ago just crapped out. You know, it's expensive. I mean, I didn't pay for it because it was a review unit they gave me. But, I mean, it was like $250 turntable, you know? And it just basically stopped working right. And I messed with it. I tampered with it, everything to try and get it to work right again. It won't. It's screwed. It's done. So I had to go out and do something to remedy that, because that's the one we use in the kitchen a lot. But, yeah, and then the other thing, too, the first thing I played on this new turntable was, I've got both Eagles' Greatest Hits albums, right? And it came in a package set with it. Greatest Hits 1 and Greatest Hits Volume 2, you know, together. Dude, those records are so warped and shitty. I mean, it's amazing. I'll have to shoot some video of how wobbly those records are. It is unbelievable. Now, they do play pretty good on the new turntable, but on the old one, oh man, it sent that thing for a loop whenever I tried to play those, because the records are so poorly crafted, you know? And the record player that it was playing on when I got it is so poorly crafted. Granted, it was crafted in China, and I know we make jokes about that a lot, but man, don't you guys have any respect for shit that you're making anymore? And not just talking China, I'm talking about everywhere. I would think that people make vinyl would really have some respect for themselves and respect for what it is that they do. And it's such a kind of a lost art form that's so beautiful and everything, that I thought people who were involved in making it were into it more than just making money, which I know money is the end-all be-all in our country, but I guess not, man. I guess when it comes to Eagles' Greatest Hits albums, they're definitely not. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I'm going to come back after that. But again, you know, some quick words of advice, man. If you have a job, doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how shitty it is, I don't care if you're cleaning toilets, do your best at it. You'll be a lot happier. You'll probably get some recognition. It'll probably make you happier. And it'll make everyone around you happier too. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Okay, everybody, and I'm back. So, what am I into right now? As I talked about in the first section there, that turntable that I had kind of crapped out, that I got less than a year ago, I believe. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. But it's the one that I reviewed and did a good review on it for them and everything. But, yeah, I mean, it just sucked. So I had to find something that I could use in the kitchen area, because I got these two nice Polk audio speakers that my wife totally hooked me up with on Facebook Marketplace, and I went and got for like $100. I mean, they're killer speakers, and they're floor standing. They're probably about 3.5 feet tall, but they're really nice, man. They sound great. So I found out that I saw these turntables a long time ago at Target, and it's sold under a brand called Heyday. It's got an Audio-Technica cartridge in it, which is actually the same exact cartridge, the same Audio-Technica cartridge that I had in the previous turntable. And I mean, it's probably an Audio-Technica turntable, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. But it's just sold under a different name. But it's a nice, hard plinth, good cushioned wheels underneath that move and so it doesn't vibrate, kind of a nice color scheme. It's kind of a bronze clear lid on it, and it's black, and it has gold accents on the tone arm and on the platter and everything. It's pretty. It's a pretty turntable. As a matter of fact, I kind of hate to put stickers on on the lid, but I probably will anyway. But yeah, I mean, I heard good things about it, so I looked it up and I found that they still had a couple at one of the locations around here in Kansas City, and so I went to it and picked one up and got it home, only to realize that it actually has a couple different features which are cool. Like, it does play over Bluetooth. So if you have Bluetooth speakers, you can actually sync it to this or pair it with this, and then you can play your records back through Bluetooth speakers. But the other thing it does is it has a built-in preamp, and you can turn that on or off. What it does not do is you cannot connect unpowered speakers to it. The speakers that you connect have to be powered. So that means you have to have an amplifier. So if you look around on amplifiers, you'll see all kinds of different ones and preamplifiers. A preamp is not really going to do it. A preamp just goes between the turntable into your amplifier or your receiver, okay? But they do sell some small units like those preamps that you see everywhere that are amplifiers themselves. The other thing that I had seen a lot of in a lot of vinyl groups I'm in are these cool little tube powered, or not tube powered, but they have little tubes on them, like old-fashioned tubes. I saw some little amplifiers and preamps that have those, and I was like, man, I really want one of those. I'd seen a few other people had them. So I found a little Pyle, P-Y-L-E, that they're a pretty well-known brand in audio, but I found a Pyle amplifier, tube amplifier. It was only like $50-some, right? So finally got it in the day after I got the turntable and got everything hooked up and plugged in. It says you need banana clips too on the end of your speaker wire, and my speakers take that too, but you don't have to. You can actually use your regular wire, just unscrew and then put the raw wire in there and screw it back in to tighten it up, and it works perfectly. But banana plugs, I think they're called. That's not what I did. So I just ran the wires to it and everything, got everything hooked up, turned that sucker on, got it playing. Holy crap. Not only does it sound good, it's kind of breathed new life into the speakers and into the turntable in the kitchen. It's amazing, man. Since the turntable has a preamp built in, you can just use direct RCA output from it to the amplifier. Holy cow. I mean, this amplifier has a 600 watt max on it. But shoot, those speakers are maybe 120 watts. So there's 240 watts being used. So I'll never blast it out. I mean, it would blow those speakers. But, I mean, it has a treble and a bass, dial on the amplifier also. I mean, it's really small. The amplifier's maybe two smartphones put side by side and then stacked. So 4 altogether. It's about that big. But it's cool, man. When you turn it on, it's got, some nice little blue LED lighting, and you can see the tubes light up a little bit. And not only is it aesthetically pleasing, it sounds beautiful. It sounds so gorgeous. The music is so much richer and deeper. I feel like I haven't heard a lot of my records before because of this. So, yeah, man, I'm more than pleased and more than happy. I'm kind of glad that old shitty turntable died. But if you get a chance, and I'll put links to some pictures and stuff in the notes here, but if you get a chance, take a look at those Heyday. But it's called Heydey, Heyday, like back in the heyday. Take a look at those turntables. They're pretty nice, man. I'm really very pleased with that turntable. It's nice. The other thing it does is it has an auto shut off. So once it hits the run out in the center of the record, it just stops slowly, not abruptly. It doesn't do auto return, but it just stops, which is great. So it's not just going to sit there continually running. But yeah, it's a good turntable, man. For the money, it's a great deal. Yeah, there's that. Records, I mean, I did get some records. I could say that all the time, couldn't I? We did get a record in for my son that I ordered quite a while ago. It's Tim Heidecker's newest record called Fear of Death. My son loves Tim Heidecker. I do too. I like him too, but Tim and Eric's fantastic. But my son likes his music a lot more than I do. So he now has 3 Tim Heidecker records. In Glendale, he's got Songs for the Brokenhearted, or something like that, and then this Fear of Death record. So he's really kind of almost as much as he likes Yes, he likes Tim Heidecker music. But what did I pick up? Well, I found a couple different things. I found the re-release, the new remastered version, anniversary edition of Black Crowes, Shake Your Money Maker. Great record, man. If you haven't heard that record in a while, it's really good. It's no wonder they went on to become such a prolific band, because it's pretty fantastic. I'd like to pick up that second album. I can't remember what it's called, but I really liked it. I need to take a look at that. I think it's Remedy was the big single off that one. Yeah, I need to pick that one up if I can find it too. And then Amorica, if I could find the original cover of that Amorica album, I would buy it for sure. And then I also came across a promotional copy in pretty darn good condition. I would say the vinyl is in VG Plus, or Very Good Plus condition, and then the sleeve is probably in good to Good Plus condition, which is fine by me. But it's the very first Duran Duran album with Girls on Film and Planet Earth, and there's a couple other songs on there that are really good. But yeah, I found that sucker for next to nothing. So pick those 2 up. I do have 3 Shooting Star albums coming. I have the self-titled original release. I have Hang On for Your Life, and then I have Silent Scream coming. I like all 3 of those records, and then I have that other one. I think it's called Screaming or something. I can't remember, with the eagle on front. So I will have 4 of those pretty soon. But the funny thing is, I think these 3 altogether with shipping and everything cost less than the one that I bought in a record store. So, yeah, Discogs is something, man. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And I've only had one bad experience on there, but whatever. So there's that. Music-wise, that's kind of what I've been doing and listening to. Let's see. Movies. Not much. Haven't really watched any movies. I guess we did watch Coming to America, the sequel to Coming to America. It was okay. I mean, it definitely had its moments where we were laughing pretty hard, and it was good to see them, Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall basically replay a lot of those characters that we all know and love from the original John Landis film. But yeah, I mean, it's I would say it's between a third to a half as good as the original film. So it's okay, but it ain't great. You'll chuckle a few times watching it, and it's entertaining and stuff, but it's not really that good. So I have higher hopes for Godzilla versus Kong later on. I guess that's towards the end of this month, or it might be next month. I don't know. I have higher hopes for that. And then, we just been watching our regular old TV shows. I mean, nothing new really there. Yeah. I am watching that documentary series on the Cecil Hotel in downtown LA. I'm on the last episode, actually, episode 4. and the whole mysterious disappearance of the woman, the Asian woman who was on the, I don't know if you've ever seen the footage of her. She's acting really weird getting on the elevator and all that stuff. It seems like someone else is there, but no one's there. And then she disappeared, and they found her body, I want to say weeks later, in one of the water towers on top of the hotel. Pretty weird. But it's a really interesting mystery documentary. You know, it's very dark and it's very depressing, but it's still really good. It's still really well done. And that's really about it as far as what I'm watching right now. What I'm reading, let's see. I'm all caught up on. I started listening to that High Republic book again. The first one, I can't remember. It's not Dawn of the Jedi, but it's some, I don't know. But I started listening to that again. That's a good book, man. It's a good story. I don't know if it compares to like the swashbuckling stuff of the older Star Wars characters that we all know and love from the Skywalker saga films, but it's pretty good. I do like it, and it is very interesting, and it's a different time in the stories of the timeline of the whole Star Wars universe. So I find it interesting. We'll see. I'll be curious to see how they make some films of that, and see how that works out. I'm looking forward to The Bad Batch also. That's coming pretty soon. Finally, my wife, I think, is on board to watch WandaVision with me, and I've heard nothing but good things about that also. And then I saw a trailer today. I cannot remember the name of it. I'll put a link to the trailer in the notes. But it's with the woman who played the daughter in Schitt's Creek. I can't remember the name of her. Man, I wish I could remember the name of this trailer. But anyway, it's the first thing I think I've seen her in outside of Schitt's Creek. And it looks really interesting. She's caught in this marriage. It's almost like she's in a sitcom. And her husband is kind of this goofy dude that definitely is way below her pay grade as far as looks. And he's kind of an asshole to her. And she's stuck in this marriage. And she's trying to get out of it because she finally snaps to and realizes, holy shit, what have I done? But it's weird because it's set in almost like she's in a sitcom. It reminds me of WandaVision, actually, like a character in a TV show like that has self-realized, but a little weirder. Well, I don't know. WandaVision looks pretty weird. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't really know, but that really looks cool. I'll put the trailer in here for you guys to take a look at. There's a bunch of stuff coming out as far as movies and TV shows. I saw another one called Conspiracy or something like that. Seaspiracy, like a conspiracy about the ocean and how we treat the ocean and what we do with it and all that stuff. It looks like a real bummer. But I will watch it because I definitely believe we're doing horrible things to our planet by pollution and stuff like that, especially in the ocean, and killing all the fish and overfishing and eradicating the shark populations and all that stuff. And so I'll be interested to watch it and see what they have to say about that. But it does kind of look like a bummer. I'll still watch it. And that's about it, man. I can't think of anything else that I'm reading or watching or listening to that's too interesting. Like I said, when those other Shooting Star records come in, I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about them. I know what I need to talk to you guys about. Baseball season. So apparently they're going to allow, I believe 20% of the attendance as normal here at the K in Kansas City. So I'm hoping that I can get into some Royals games this year and actually see some baseball. I did go ahead at the urging. No, he didn't urge me. But I got to talking to my buddy Keith Beard, and we were talking a little bit about MLB.TV. And I haven't had it in about 2 or 3 years. Kind of gave up on it. And after talking to him and everything, I got excited about it again. And so I went ahead and purchased a plan for the year. And I love that, man. I love watching baseball. I love spring training baseball. And it's been a pleasure to listen to and watch the Royals. And I think they're going to have a great season, man. I have high hopes this season for the Royals. So that's exciting as well. I'm very excited about baseball again. And that'll be fun. That'll be something that I can enjoy this summer and get back into that I've kind of been away from. I didn't really watch or take part in. I didn't care about last season at all. I felt kind of bad for the players. I felt kind of bad for the fans. And so I didn't really watch much of it. I watched a little bit here and there. But I will be watching a lot this year. With the regular season coming on, I'm jazzed. That's about it, guys. Not much else going on. I'm still due this month to get my COVID vaccination. I'm pretty excited about that. I really don't care if I have to do the 2-shot one or the Johnson & Johnson single-shot one. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to get vaccinated. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are intelligent also want to get vaccinated. No offense, man, but if you have some sort of fucking conspiracy bullshit in your head about vaccinations, man, whatever, dude, that's your problem. Sorry, man, I believe in science, and I know they did rush this vaccine, but I also know you want to think about it more this way. It was all hands on deck to develop these vaccines. Normally, when they're developing a new medication, they're working on about 10 different things at once. During this, they were working on one thing. Everybody working on one thing at the same time. There are competing pharmaceutical companies that work together to develop these vaccines. I mean, that's how important and how crucial it was. That's why it was developed so quickly. Okay? So quit being paranoid. Quit believing these stupid conspiracy theories. Go get vaccinated, please, so we can all try to get back to some sort of normal. We haven't even started really mourning the 500,000 plus Americans that have died. That has not really hit people. It's coming. It's going to. And it's going to feel like a big sack of shit because it's horrible what has happened. But go get vaccinated. Do them the honor of going and getting vaccinated so that the same doesn't happen to you or someone else that you know and or love or don't know and or love. That's the other thing. We're killing people by not getting this. So I'm going to get vaccinated. I know my wife is. I know my friends are. And I would highly recommend it. But it's up to you. That's it, guys. Not much else going on. This is the 90th episode of this podcast, by the way. Not counting special reports and stuff like that. So getting a little long in the tooth here. Pretty amazing. Definitely going to do something very special for 100. But we got a lot of things on the horizon here. It's a whole new year. A lot of exciting things going on. Things are getting better out here in the world. People were a little happier, a little cheerier. I think it's going to be a great year, 2021. It started off pretty rough, but I think it's going to end up being a great year. So hang in there. Do your best. Be a good human. If you have a shitty job to pay the bills, do the best you can at it. You'll be happier. I promise you. I will see you guys all later on. And, get off my lawn.